It is wipe day in Escape from Tarkov. This is super exciting. 12.11 is finally here, and I wanted to go over some things to avoid doing on your first few days of the wipe. Whether you can play on wipe day or not, your first few days of the wipe, there are definitely some things that you want to avoid doing so that you don't kind of start spiraling and losing gear and getting tilted and getting frustrated. I'm Jessekazam. Welcome back to another Escape From Tarkov video. I stream Escape From Tarkov on Twitch. All my links will be down below. I'd love to have you stop by and say hey. And if you like this video, think about dropping a like, commenting down below, or subscribing to the channel for more content like this. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive right in. So before we dive into the tips, one of the best things you can do in Escape From Tarkov if you're frustrated is play with other people. And if you're looking for people to play Tarkov with, our Discord is an awesome place to be. We've got over 7,000 members. We've got really active looking for group channels. We've got a Sherpa system. It's an awesome place to be. That link is down below. Definitely go check that out. But diving into the tips of things to avoid at all costs on wipe day or your first few days of the wipe. Tip number one is do not run directly towards quests or extractions or even fights unless you are super confident in your ability to PvP and Escape from Tarkov and do that early wipe. One of the biggest things I find newer players or players that just haven't done quests or are trying to get into like a better footing early in the wipe do is they just run basically in a straight line from their spawn to their quest location and then from the quest location to their extract. And this is one of the easiest ways to get yourself killed because you're not taking a path that provides cover for you. You're not considering where other enemies are going to be or where their spawns are. And then kind of people just get into a rhythm where they just keep doing this over and over and they try to get that pocket watch or any of these other quests over and over. Definitely take time to slow down and think about your path. Take some time to loot something. Think about where the other enemy spawns could be and where they could be moving. Having something like mapgenie.io up to show you the other spawns can be huge. And additionally, you always want to be somewhere close to cover in case somebody does start shooting you. You can go prone behind some cover and then assess the situation or whatever. So that's the first tip. Do not just run directly towards extracts or quests or even PvP unless you're super confident in your map knowledge and your ability to PvP, because it's just going to end up in you being in this cycle of death that's super frustrating. Tip number two is don't try and speed run Tarkov. Don't compare yourself to streamers or other people that are doing 48-hour streams or getting Kappa in a few days. It's really easy to watch Escape from Tarkov and then immediately feel like you're behind. But the reality is, I mean, there were so few people that got Kappa of the player base this last wipe, so few people compared to the greater player base that hit level 40. You're not crazy behind, and if you see some streamers that are level 40 or even already have Kappa within the first week of the wipe, that doesn't mean that the whole game has progressed and that you're too far behind to keep up. Take your time, play at your own pace. If you only have a few days to play the game a week, that is totally fine. If you just, make sure that you're working on your fundamentals, your positioning, your map knowledge, you're going to be able to hang and eliminate enemies and get quests done for a long time. You definitely don't have to worry about that. Don't try to speed run it. You'll once again get into this cycle of you're moving too fast, you're getting yourself killed, you're losing gear, and that just kind of repeats itself. The third tip is don't hoard things that you don't need for hundreds of hours. One of the tips that I give a lot of the times in my videos is, loot everything, keep everything. And that is a good practice because you never know when a quest that we didn't have before pops up and you need an item. It's always frustrating to have sold something or have left something behind that you found out that was rare that you needed later. And that's very understandable. But the other side is, especially if you have a standard edition stash, filling your stash up top to bottom with barter items or quest items day one, and then you've got absolutely no room for guns, ammo, quest items. You're super frustrated with, you don't have a junk box yet and you don't know what to sell. That can get overwhelming. Don't worry too much about that. If you find yourself running out of space, then really take a step back, go to the wiki and figure out what you need for the stuff that's coming up soon and what you don't need for a while. Or if you don't know that if this item is needed at all for anything, then it's okay, sell it. You can always get more of that item later. Once again, you might make a mistake and have to go farm something, but if it's getting out of hand, don't be hoarding things you don't need for hundreds of hours or like all the way towards Kappa. Just, get what you need and kind of progress when you can. Tip number 4 is don't forget to loot. This kind of goes back with tip number 1, where a lot of people, we see this a lot, just run directly towards a quest, directly to the extract, directly towards a quest, directly to the extract. Don't forget to take time throughout your raids to loot. It's frustrating when you have a quest item and you're looting and then you die. That's totally understandable, but just completing quests is only going to get you so far, because you're going to get through some of those early quests quick, but then you're going to get to the quests where you need a bunch of found and raid items and you maybe have nothing. Slowing down and just kind of looting as you go and just taking a little bit of extra time in your raids means by the time you get to quests like Bad Habit, where you have to find all the cigarettes, you might have almost everything you need, or even everything you need, and you can just kind of go through getting your hideout up. You just might already have that item that you need. There's a lot of value in accumulating as many little things that you can, given you have the stash space for it, like we said. But it's kind of a weird balance. You don't want to loot too much and have a stash full of everything, but you don't want to just be running from point A to point B and forget that, because the more Tarkov progresses, the more looting little things, filing cabinets, jackets become kind of a core part of the game because of all the different things you need for quests and for the hideout. And the fifth tip is do not get tunnel vision on one specific task. This is another classic mistake that I used to do all the time, that I see a lot of people do. They get to that pocket watch, or they get to, kill 5 PMCs with a pistol, and they just grind factory, and they're just going over and over and over and buying pistols and losing gear. And so they use less gear, so they're easier to kill. Or they go for that pocket watch over and over and over and over again. There's always more to do. Not only is there almost always another quest that you can do, take a break, go do that other quest. Even if you're really hung up on a specific quest, maybe go find some hideout items, go find some things if you're level 10 that you can sell on the flea market. You can make a bunch of money. Now you can maybe purchase gear that sets you up for success more for that quest. Slow it down, figure out what route you're taking, and if you need to take a different route, but don't get super tunnel vision on one task. It can be frustrating and it can be tilting, and that's definitely my tendency as well, to just kind of get into this cycle of I really want to complete this thing because that unlocks this quest. But it can be a really easy way to get tilted, to get frustrated, and to just kind of get into this cycle of death over and over and over and over again. My bonus tip for this video isn't something to not do, but it's something to do. Don't forget to take breaks from the game. Once again, it's really easy to look at the streamers pulling 18, 24, 48-hour streams and feel behind. Don't forget to take breaks. It's one of the best ways to kind of just calm down, reset. The tasks can be frustrating. The PvP can be frustrating. Wipe time is an exciting time, and don't ruin it by kind of just pushing too hard and grinding. So those are my top 5 tips of things to absolutely avoid doing on your first few days of the wipe. Keep focused, play at your own pace, don't worry about it. And the wipe is a fun time, so get out there and have some fun in the early wipe of Escape from Tarkov. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this video. If you liked the video, think about dropping a like, commenting down below, or subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Like we said earlier, I stream Escape from Tarkov on Twitch. All my links will be down below. I'd love to have you stop by and say hey. And if you're looking for people to play Tarkov with, our Discord server is an awesome place to be. That link is down below as well. Thank you again for stopping by, and I will definitely see y'all on the next one.